American presidents lie for many reasons. Richard Nixon did it during Watergate to try to save his presidency. Bill Clinton lied about Monica Lewinsky to try to salvage his reputation, maybe his marriage. But when presidents don't tell the truth about war, as has consistently been the case with George W. Bush, the public has every right to ask, are they lying to protect the country or lying to protect themselves? Since the U.S.-led invasion 4 years ago, here at the Fifth Estate, we've covered Iraq and the war on terror from virtually every angle. The military, the media, intelligence, politics, revealing aspects of the story that you didn't find anywhere else. Now, we'll put all of that together to reveal what was true, what was not, and how those false or misleading words and ideas have left Iraq, and arguably the world, far more dangerous places than they were before. And as we watch that same pattern emerge again, this time in White House statements about Iran, its support of terrorism, and its nuclear threat, it's worth considering how we got to where we are today, the lies that led to war.
And I still, to this day, Counsel, don't see anything wrong with taking the Ayatollah's money and sending it to support the Nicaraguan freedom fighters.
They have basically said to the entire United States, we don't care what the people say, we don't care what the Congress says, we don't care what the other oversight organizations say, we're going to find some way to rid the planet of communism, and we don't care who gets killed in the process.
As long as there is breath in this body, I will speak and work, strive and struggle for the cause of the Nicaraguan freedom fighters.
Freedom fighters, they are not. They are terrorists. Wait a minute. This isn't the way the Constitution was set up. This isn't what the Founding Fathers intended.
You start out breaking foreign laws, since most countries have laws against secretly overthrowing their governments, and then you end up breaking the law at home.
Sometimes you have to go above the written law.
They were willing to literally put the Constitution at risk because they believed somehow there was a higher order of things.
We have liberty, and the only way we're going to keep liberty is to have people who are strong, like Reagan and North.
Violence is not the answer. You don't teach the democratic way by shoving an M16 down somebody's throat.
If we continue these policies to rob ourselves in order to feed this national security monster, we are going to continue to degrade American life.
We're only talking about subverting the Constitution, that's all.
What would be traditionally military roles?
When you use these contractors, you gain a lot of efficiencies, you gain a lot of expertise and specializations.
It was devastating because they took over my job. I ended up doing nothing. We had to train these KBR contractors how to fix these radios. We had to walk them through all the basic steps. But when I could be actively becoming a better soldier and becoming more proficient in my job, instead I'm going to sit up on guard duty to wait around while KBR contractors are doing the job that I had to train them to do. Across the board, people lost their jobs. Quartermaster companies, mechanic, any logistics soldiers were involved with, their jobs were outsourced to KBR.
They were only concerned with making their profit and didn't care how it may affect the troops. Of the 67 water treatment plants that Halliburton run, 63 of them weren't providing safe water. And the Marines are showering in it every single day. Sorry. I was there to help them. There's a lot of soldiers over there. They might come home without a bullet wound, but there's a lot of them that are going to come home with pathogens in their blood because of Halliburton. And they don't even know to get tested for it unless somebody tells them. And I'm sure Halliburton is not going to be the company to tell them.
The soldiers are sleeping on these little cots out in the middle of the desert, while these KBR executives are driving these $40,000 vehicles.
They and their secretaries are driving at least a $30,000 to $40,000 vehicle. This secretary lives in this complex, eats her meals in this complex, has her laundry delivered to her, has no reason to go anywhere at any time, but has a brand new top-of-the-line Ford or Chevy pickup with everything imaginable on it that you could put on it.
Chrome rims and leather interior and CD players and all these extra amenities that, you know, you don't really need in wartime.
Why do they need an H-2 Hummer? Why do they have Cadillac Escalades in Iraq for Halliburton managers? What is the purpose?
One invoice that I saw was for about $7,000 for 1 month for a SUV on a lease. It was a 3-year contract. Comes up to roughly $250,000. A vehicle that you and I could purchase at the local dealership for probably top of the line $45,000. And the taxpayer paid $250,000 and never did own the vehicle.
Somebody has to do this work. And the Halliburton thing is just an outrageous effort to associate the vice president with the activities of a company with which he has no connection at all.
Congressional critics are questioning whether Dick Cheney helped Halliburton get billions.
The FBI has revealed it is expanding its investigation into how Halliburton Company billed taxpayers for its contract work in Iraq.
And it now appears some of those contracts were awarded with the knowledge and approval of the Vice President's office, which would seem to contradict his previous statements.
As Vice President, I have absolutely no influence of, involvement of, knowledge of, in any way, shape, or form of contracts.
He's stopping. Now he's running. He's taking cover. You got more coming.
Jesus Christ, it's like a fucking turkey shoot.
They're taking cover. Okay, there's one. Looks like he's got an RPG. You see him?
Yeah, I got him.
I don't see him.
He's small, right?
Yeah. That's return fire coming back at us.
Yeah, they're shooting back. Hey, Eric, you got comm? What's that? You have comm? I'm down. Covering. Come on. Up. You just some glasses there. Okay. Does anybody need ammo or anything?
Not yet.